Hello, and welcome to the Mastering Pairs series. In this video, we'll be addressing a really common reason why your PSE entry might get flagged as a duplicate. So, the common issue we'll be addressing in this session is creating multiple reports for a single site setting combination, when, in fact, each distinct site and setting combination should have only one entry. This practice is a product of how the PSE module was designed and how analyses are planned. Let's look at a couple of examples which would be flagged as duplicates. First, we might see two reports coming out of California Elementary School which list before and after school as their PSE setting. Even though these two reports might reference distinct programs, the two will need to be consolidated into one entry because they have the same site setting combination. Next, there might be three reports for ABC Preschool in which ECE is entered as the PSE setting. Again, this situation will be flagged and will ultimately ask you to consolidate these PSE activities into one entry. This common issue could happen for a number of reasons, but I want to take a moment to highlight a couple of the most common causes of confusion around this topic. First, having multiple contractors implementing projects in the same setting at a site. Similar to the scenario in the last slide, you may have multiple after-school programs being hosted at a single site. Next, you may have PSE activities at a single site fall under different projects, which is how your LHD internally tracks reach or progress. For example, you might be tracking wellness policy revisions, water station installations, and edible garden maintenance all at a single Head Start program. For each of these examples, we understand the logic behind making multiple entries, but need you to stick to the one entry per site setting combination rule of thumb in order to avoid having your entries flagged. Now, for clarity, I wanted to take a moment to show you where you can see setting and site ID in the PEARS PSE module, just in case anyone wasn't sure exactly how to set their site setting combos. All right. So now that we've gone over this concept of single site setting combinations, let's do a plausible but sort of tricky practice problem to see if you can guess the correct number of entries and their settings. So you are working at a single site and are working with the Wellness Committee to establish a healthy fundraising policy and have also been expanding the use of the school garden for nutrition education. The school site also hosts two after-school programs, one of which focused on improving the quality of physical activity opportunities, while the other worked on using the school garden for nutrition education and for snacks for the students. This year, the school is also being used as a food distribution site, like a food pantry, for low-income families with kids at the school. How many reports and what settings would you enter into PEARS? Go ahead and pause the video here if you'd like to reread or think about this question a little bit. The correct answer to this example question is going to be three reports. One will be under the setting school, one will be for after school, and one will be for food assistance sites. The first sentence we read touches on school-based wellness work, which is where we get our entry with school for the setting. There's also discussion of two after-school programs. Both of these will be umbrellaed under one report with after school as the setting. Finally, we read that the school is being used as a food distribution site, which is how we get our third report with food assistance site as the setting. For more help on choosing the setting for your PSE work, you can check out our video titled Selecting the Correct PSE Setting. All right, that's it for this video. We hope that it was helpful. If you have any more questions about this or other topics, please reach out via email to evaluatesnaped@ucanr.edu. If you can, please take a moment to scan the QR code provided to give us feedback on this video and to help us improve future resources. Thank you.